This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
Is your cold making it hard for you to get to sleep and leading to a bad morning? Switch to Mucinex Night Shift for fast, powerful nighttime multi-symptom cold and flu relief. Mucinex Night Shift fights your worst nighttime symptoms to help you get to sleep and wake up ready to go. Mucinex Night Shift. It's comeback season. Use as directed.
Think about me, baby, I know. Isn't that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know. That's the me espresso. What is it? Put it up, down, left, right, oh. Switch it up like Nintendo. That's that me espresso. I'm working late, 'cause I'm a singer. Boy, you look so cute. Wrapped around my finger, my twisted humor. Have y'all seen that video where those two girls are singing Please, Please, Please? And Sabrina Carpenter commented and said, y'all make me look really good. Babes, literally me. I feel like every time I sing on this podcast, somewhere out there, a singer's like, damn, she makes it look like I'm killing it. Welcome back to the Strap Me Please podcast. I'm your host, Brianna Silva, and today I'm here to give you a cute little short episode because I'm just giving updates, babes. Like, I'm on my phone, on my computer, in the living room right now. Like, you thought the professional equipment was out? No, I got bored and was like, what if I just recorded a short podcast episode right now and, like, posted it or whatever? Yo. I am not on any caffeine today. Today I'm just on a green tea because, you know, as I've said multiple times, caffeine and me do not sit well. I get heart palpitations. I get headaches. I feel like crap later on in the day. But me and some green tea, we are besties. We are one and the same. So we do have some updates. My PCOS results came in. I do not have PCOS. I am so grateful that I listened to my heart. And when the doctor was like, oh, you probably got it, I was like, can we test for it? She was like, yeah, but like, you don't have to. Like, your experiences sound like it. I was like, let's test for it. And she's right. My experiences with what I was dealing with definitely does sound like PCOS. Even I was like, damn, is this PCOS? Like, why am I relating to all my friends with PCOS right now? So it was good to know for sure. But then the one crappy, like, downside about thinking that you have something, getting tested for it, and it coming out negative is you're like, oh, okay, great. I don't have that. But then it's like, okay, but what do I have? What's causing all my issues? Because I have a lot of issues that birth control keeps fixing. Can someone help? Like, what? And so now I'm on new birth control. Isn't that sweet? I guess so. And I've started it officially because the directions were so weird. I was like, when the hell do I start this birth control? So we started it. Today would be day 4 taking it, I believe. So we're officially on birth control again. And thank God I went to my gynecologist and talked about birth control and talked about my experiences with my period and everything. Because let me just say this. I don't know what the hell happened. Like, even my friends were like, maybe it's a dye that you're allergic to in the pills. But I was on one pill and it was a generic brand. And then I got it prescribed to me through my primary care physician. And she just gave me the same pills, except it was, what is it called? It wasn't the generic version. It was the name brand version. Suddenly, the generic version fixed everything that I've ever dealt with in my life with my period. The name brand, mood swings like crazy. Like I always said, birth control mellows me. That's how I knew. I was like, damn, PMDD kind of woo, right? Like, I don't even think you can get test for PMDD because it's more of like a mental health issue. But I always told people, I was like, birth control mellows me out. And that would be why. It was because I didn't realize that what I was dealing with would be considered PMDD, but like, it is what it is. And so I suddenly switched to the name brand. Bro, PMDD had nothing on the mood swings that I was getting on this birth control. Like, dude, literally, I could have, bro, insane mood swings. I mean, it was to the point that I realized, like, I was acting crazy, like, literally crazy. And not crazy in the sense of like, oh my God, I'm like, I don't know, what's something crazy that I've done before? I mean, I've shaved my head one time when I was really sad. Like, I didn't do it. I had it professionally done. It was something that I thought about. I was like, let me dye my hair, and if it goes bad, I'll just shave my head. And then it went bad, and I was like, oh no, I gotta shave my head. Like, I think that was, like, I was aware that all the hair changes was because I was, like, peak emotionally unstable. And I was just like, this isn't going well for me. But it was also something that I really, really wanted. And then I was like, this is going to be like a change in my life. And then like nothing changed in my life. I just gained a podcast. but like I wasn't doing anything like that. Like, oh my gosh, there were times I used to just like drive around at 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. The insomnia was crazy. And I would just go out and just drive and like stop by McDonald's or Whataburger and like get a french fry and go home or something. Like, I would do stuff like that, but I wasn't doing that. Instead, I was like fighting with people. Not fist fighting, but like, damn, did I want an argument for some reason? Like, to everyone who interacted with me when I switched birth controls from literally the exact same thing, it was just the name on the birth control package had changed. Bro, I got into arguments with everyone within, honestly, a 25-mile radius from me. It was insane the amount of times, like, everything was taken so personally by me. Like, if you sneezed and I felt like you sneezed an octave louder than the sneeze you did yesterday, I was like, oh my God, what are you trying to say to me right now? Like, why are you sneezing like that? Like, is that code for something? Like, are you literally trying to fight me right now? That's so insane. How dare you? Like, and then after that argument, now I'm in my room bawling my eyes out into a pillow because, like, oh my God, I can't believe I was just so mean to someone. Like, how dare I? Like, that's so sad to me. Like, And then, like, later on, I would just be like, my life is worthless. I'm not even worth anything. Like, I honestly should just, like, off myself. Like, truly, it's Texas. I'm over 18. Let me just go buy a handgun. Like, let's freaking go here. Like, it was insane. And then the worst acne, I can't even say of my life because I've had some really bad acne. I've always struggled with acne, even as an adult, which was the other thing where I was like, PCOS? Because birth control cleared my face. Switch from generic to name brand, back to just acne outbreak after acne outbreak. And it's not like these small outbreaks. Like, no, very vicious cystic acne, like insane acne. And so it all just came flooding back. And I'm like, dude, hey, we can't keep this up. Like, I went way too long on that birth control because the way my face, like, it was not cute. It truly wasn't cute. And every time I thought I had control on it, like, within literally, I kid you not, 3 hours, boom, face flare up again. Every time I was like, oh my gosh, it's finally calming down and I'm having no breakouts. I'll literally look in the mirror hours later. I'm just like, where did you come from? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Con Nai Joe? Like, what is this on my face right now? insane. And so, not to oh my God, am I dude, I got on birth control and I have had the most, I want to say, common period experience ever. Because my period was very uncommon. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if me and my family have hormone issues that is just hormones for our body. But like, I used to have 2 to 3 day periods, no cramps. Like, I wouldn't even know my period was coming. Like, I just officially had a period without birth control. And like, suddenly it was here. And I was like, oh crap, I'm bleeding. Like, I had no symptoms, right? Other than like mental health symptoms of like dude, my life sucks. I think I should kill myself. Oh my God. Like, my life isn't even worth living. And then suddenly, like, I'll start bleeding. And then I'm like, oh my God, my period started. Anyways, let's go build a sandcastle. Like, what? Brianna, sit down somewhere. Like, literally manic. Like, doing makeup, feeling pretty, putting on pretty clothes, like, making myself beautiful type mess, you know? And then it will just be like, okay. 2-3 days later, okay, we're done. Crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's not very common to have periods that short. And like, weird, dude. And it was so common for me to have like late or really early, like really late or really early periods. And like, sometimes I would even skip a month. And I just know like, okay, I'm going to start first week of the following month, and that means I'm going to have 2 periods next month. Like, that was so common to me to like not really be able to track my period. I'm just like, okay, it's going to be between these 2 weeks, hopefully. And if it's not, oh well, keep waiting. Like, I was so normal. And so now I'm like, I wonder if it's a mental health thing, because I've got my thyroid tested, I've gotten PCOS tested, and everything is normal. And I'm just like, is there something else? Could there possibly be something else? Because on birth control, I have the more common period experience of like 4 days, you know, it starts light, gets heavy, trickles back down to light. I can track it on an app on the dot. We're no longer 2-3 weeks late or early. It's more like the app said it would start today and I ended up starting 2 days later, you know? I'm just, my body is weird. I don't know, but my testing, that was a weird noise. My testing came out fine, and I just wanted to like update you all on that, because I'm like, okay, if I'm taking y'all for the ride, I gotta take y'all for the ride, you know? You see the way that I talk about my periods, it's very demure, very mindful. Can we just talk about that trend? Bro, I love everything about it. I love the girl who did it, because she, muy bonita. Is she feeling bonita? Because she's very bonita. I love her attitude. And I haven't kept up with her on TikTok. Like, I didn't follow her. I saw that there was some scandal because apparently another creator who, I don't know the pronouns of this person, and I don't want to misgender them, so there's going to be a they to me. But they had said that they made videos like that a while back of everything that they ever said in their videos would always be like very demure, or they would use the word demure all the time, and they're pissed off that now suddenly their profile gets hacked or their videos were taken down, like they took them down or something like that, and suddenly someone else is blowing up because word for word, bar for bar, everything they said in their videos is what this person is saying in their video. And I was like, what in the scandal? But who cares? Because at the end of the day, you don't even have video proof anymore of any of your videos. Like, oh, this used to be my video. This was mine. Like, I did this. And you don't have any proof. And you can't pull up one video, babes. One video that you happen to save to be like, see, I told y'all, word for word, bar for bar. Very demure, very mindful. Y'all see how I go into work? And I was just sitting there like, what the hell? And it's like, I can't even be mad when people come out and say things like that, because yeah, of course you'd be pissed off if you're making a form of content and then someone takes it word for word, bar from bar, scene for scene, and they blow up. Oh, pissed. Oh, I'm gonna be pissed too. Hell yeah, because let's be honest, like, we see the way the American economy is going, and for my people who are out of country listeners, if you will, people who don't live in the United States and you don't see how the American economy is going, we're not doing great, babes. Everyone who's graduating right now, we're all kind of looking like, why the hell did we get a degree if this was the market we were going into? And it's not even like, oh, our degrees are worth nothing. Well, they are. They're worth absolutely nothing. But they're worth nothing because so many current jobs right now want a bachelor's degree. And then you go get that bachelor's degree and they're like, okay, great. Now that you have a bachelor's degree, we're going to start you off at $32,000 a year. And you're like, huh? And that's the minimum requirements across the board. you know, you want to make anything over 30K a year, bachelor's degree. What the hell if you want to make anything over minimum wage, go get a bachelor's degree. If you want to make 50K a year or 50 to 60K a year, go get a master's degree. What? And 10 years experience. What? Bruh. It's like you need a bachelor's degree and 3 years experience. What? Huh? Babes, what? Run it back. My love, run it back. Run it back. What the hell? I just spent so much money on a bachelor's degree, and now you're saying I also needed 3 years experience on that? So in all my years of taking college, I was also supposed to hold a job for 3+ years to have experience, love? What the hell? College students be busy. So it just... And then they're like, okay, do you also have 3 to 5 references? Oh my God, I got 2. And that's been my issue. It is so hard for me to fill up those 3 because I'm just like putting things down. Like I'm putting references down. I'm like, I hope they remember me. Because I have one solid person who was like, I will be your reference for anything. Make sure you always give people my information. You're a great person. You're a great worker. I was like, thank you. 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm like, well, I think they would advocate for me. We were very close while I was their student or working with them. Thank you so much. Like, it's stupid. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of how life has been. Any other things that have been happening? Not really. There's not much happening in my life. Like every day, it's just been like I've been very job focused, and so that's all I can talk about right now is like finding a job in America or, what else? Finding a job, the issues of graduating college. Like my brand is about to just be me having a bachelor's degree because that's all I can talk about right now in life. Like it's so the college student to unemployed pipeline is so real. So real. I just found out there's a statistic that, what is it? 10, 20? I think it's 20%. 20% of college graduates leave college with a job offer. 20. I feel like that should be so much higher. And in fact, I was having this conversation with Cameron today. We felt so unported by A&M, our entire college experience with A&M, because you would be struggling, fighting for your life, trying to figure out your schedule, trying to make sure you're on track to graduate. And then you go to your advisors and they're like, well, we don't know either. Or they give you information and they're dead wrong. And it ends up extending your time at A&M when you're looking for supplemental help to help you pass these classes. They keep saying that there's all this free tutoring and stuff. And then you go to said free tutoring and you're like, this was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever experienced. These people don't even know what's happening within the department to be able to help us correctly because they're so confused on why we're learning this material and not this material to then add on with this material because that would make more sense. And we're looking at them like, babes, we are not the teachers. We are the students. Please don't look at us like this. Like, we don't know either. And then on top of that, Cameron was also saying how she was on the Reddit for A&M and people were saying that the higher Aggies and the Career Center, like, they're good places to go to, but right now they're just not helping students out really. Like, they feel like it's almost a waste of their time. And I was like, honestly, I feel that to a certain extent because straight up, their advice was good advice, but it's good advice for a good economy. And that's the only way I can put it. I need advice for an economy where everyone's afraid for their job. Every minimum job requirement is like a bachelor's.
Meaningless stuff. Why do we gift so much meaningless stuff? Tired of generic gifts and hollow trends? Shutterfly allows you to create meaningful photo gifts for your family and friends. Whether it's a cozy fleece blanket for grandma, a stunning canvas print for mom, or a mug to make dad smile. Enjoy 40% off with code MAKE40 at Shutterfly.com and make something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
Bored at home? Head over to Chumba Casino and join some serious social casino fun. With hundreds of games at your fingertips, no purchase necessary. You can play anytime, anywhere. There's a special welcome bonus waiting for you when you sign up. Play for fun, play for free, and you could even redeem some great prizes. Visit ChumbaCasino.com and get ready to reel in the fun. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
Degree, 10 years experience, and you have a lion in your backyard, right? I need career advice for an economy like that. And their advice is for an economy that's booming so much that everyone wants to turn around and help. I need advice for an economy where people are terrified because they don't even know where their place is right now or how they're going to make ends meet with these prices. And so they're not looking to lend a helping hand. They're looking themselves to get a step up. Because when you want to be a mentor, lend a helping hand to college students, you're not getting anything in return. We have nothing to offer you. So they only want to talk to people who can help them out a bit, put something on a resume, do something with that. And not to mention, bro, all the job postings on this college website. When I tell you, everything is so specific, ultra specific. They're just yeah, we want someone with a bachelor's degree, 2 years experience in community service, 1 year experience in customer service. You must have brown eyes. You must be 5'4". Your name must be Billy, and you must have long blonde hair. If you fit this description, please feel free to apply. And here's our email address. You can email us if you want to about anything and everything. And then you apply because you're well, I fit that. And then you email them and you're hey, just wanted to make sure you got it. Let me know if you need anything. Can't wait to hear back from you. Blah, 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 blah. Everything that all these older people tell you to do, which is email, reach out to these companies. And then the crickets on the other side, bro, you'll just be sitting there okay, let's send a follow-up email. Crickets. Okay, let's try again. Crickets. Okay, I'm gonna give up. What? And I'm finding it more common now because a lot of older people are oh yeah, you have to talk to them. You have to send emails. They'll always put their email on the job description. You'll always have someone that you can reach out to. Use that email to reach out or use the phone number to reach out. Call people. That is not common practice anymore. In fact, I just found out because I'm applying for government jobs now. And on this website to apply for these government jobs, they have articles to help you within your job search for government positions, right? And one of the articles were when you put in an application, if you don't even meet the minimum requirements, don't even try because it's a computer telling you no. Someone doesn't look at your application until a computer scans through it, tells everyone who didn't make the requirements, says no, and then moving forward, it is what it is. That's when you have a person actually looking at your application. And they do this so that way the hiring team or the hiring manager isn't going through multiple, hundreds of applications, and instead maybe only gets 20. And I was oh my gosh, I've been wasting my time. Because for me and my understanding, it was always apply to anything that you want to do. Because you never know, you might get lucky. I don't care if you don't meet the minimum requirements, apply anyways. And now I'm finding out it was never a person telling me no, it was a computer. So I've wasted my time, a lot of my time. And I'm not doing that again. Never doing that again. But it's so insane. It's crazy. And good luck, babes. I've done so much Googling nowadays to see if I can find emails, phone numbers, anything to contact people to see oh, what if I show up and try to talk to someone? Is that going to work? No, a lot of companies don't want to do that. And in fact, I saw on Reddit, so obviously it has to be true. Someone said that their company is now implementing this new thing in the last 2 years that if you put in a job application and then you show up trying to talk to people, trying to talk to the employees, trying to like get in contact with anyone who does the hiring process, your application is instantly tossed out because they look at that as one, harassment, and two, it doesn't allow the hiring manager to give equal opportunity to people, and you'll end up building a bias or picking off a favoritism because you got to talk to someone. And I was like, well, that's why I'm showing up. Yeah, pick me. I want to be the favorite. That's exactly why I'm showing up. And I'm just like, dude, this is so, like, the job market is so different. And don't even get me started because my mom, all my uncles, like, everyone who is at least, what's the generation before millennials? Oh my gosh, what is it? Like Generation X, right? Generation before, I'm typing it in. I have to, there's a silent Generation X. Okay. Yes, Generation X are right after the baby boomers. So anyone who's Generation X to baby boomers, they all got to hold all their positions for 30, 40 years. I mean, they got to start at a company and retire at a company and be able to move up and get promoted and do really well for themselves and build up a life for themselves. Nowadays, I literally was watching a podcast, The Financial Diet. I will never stop talking about this YouTube channel because damn, they not only do they give financial perspectives across the board from every single lifestyle that you can think of, like someone who was a military vet to this girl who blew up on TikTok. I don't know if y'all saw this, like y'all real ones. Ooh, I hope we have the same timeline. There was this girl, this white girl from Tennessee, who was talking about her Cuban fiance. At the time when this TikTok blew up, it was her Cuban boyfriend, and she replicated a conversation that happened between her Cuban boyfriend and her white Tennessee family, and her accent was so perfectly Cuban. People were like, we knew you were speaking correct Cuban Spanish when there was a part where she said like her boyfriend loves her little brother so much. So the brother like said, what's up? And then like her boyfriend said something in Spanish and then was like, animales. And they were like, oh, once you said that, we knew. Da, 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 da. So she blew up because like this white girl just spoke like perfect Cuban, like Cuban Spanish in the perfect Cuban accent, and everyone's just like, what the hell? But it blew up, and they're so cute together. Like getting to see clips of her and her boyfriend, it was so cute. Mwah, love her. Well, she was on the channel and she was talking about her experience as a nurse, because even though she blew up on TikTok, a majority of her income still comes from nursing. And she said she literally, as a registered nurse, she started off making $21 an hour. And when I told my mom that, it is so insane to me, the difference of generations. When she said that on the podcast, I was like, damn, that's a good starting salary, because that is what my generation can expect. When you are making $21, $22 an hour as a starting salary, damn, that's good. Yes, it's low. Yes, you can barely afford your life. But based off of the salary of everything else, damn, you are started that as a starting salary is really good. And if you start off with the starting salary, so $21 an hour, I believe, turns out to like $35,000 a year. No, $40,000 a year. Hold on. Let's do some math. $44,000 a year. Yeah, so if you're making $44,000 a year to start, you're doing pretty good. But like as a registered nurse is crazy. And when I told my mom that, her jaw dropped. She was like, what do you mean she was only making $21 an hour as a registered nurse? And I was like, this is why I tell you, like, when you hear me talk, I need you to understand, like, generations have changed. Yes, once upon a time, you used to go into the med field and you could just expect big-ass paychecks because, like, medical field, everyone needs a doctor and a nurse. But, girl, those days are over. They're literally over. The price of life has outpaced wages. I tell you this over and over and over, and you don't believe me. The wages are not matching the price of life. So she said like she thought that was so amazing. She thought she was making so much money, and they were laughing about like how that wasn't anything at all. And I'm sitting there like, girl, I'm waiting for my $21 an hour, like, please. But there were girls who were there way longer than her in that hospital. One girl left, felt like she could find something better, and one girl stayed, and they were making the same. They were both making $23 an hour, and she came in starting salary 21. One girl, that girl who left, came back, and they start her off at $25 an hour. That is how much loyalty does not pay in job markets anymore. You will not get, before you used to get promoted on a job site. Now, your best chance at getting promoted or getting a raise is by leaving, because these raises ain't nothing. Bro, I'm like, these can't be the same raises that people used to be applauding, because these raises are literally, oh, congratulations. Here's your 60 cents added to your paycheck. Boy, get on my face. Here's your 60 cents an hour added. Yeah, we just felt like you did such a good job, so we had to give you a raise. So here's 60 cents added to your... And actually, let's do the math, because these are actual real numbers of people I know who got these raises. So 60 cents only translates to an extra $1,248 a year. That is insane to me. Like, thank you for adding an extra grand. Like, what? Bro, get out of here with that. Like, bro, when people used to talk about raises, I was like, oh my God, you just got a $5 raise, right, per hour or something. No. 60 cents, 50 cents, like, never anything close. Like, you get close to $1, but it's never $1. And I'm just like, what the hell? And so you only get a real actual raise when you go to a different job, and now you have the experience of the previous job, and you're like, this is my experience. Why did you leave that job? I wanted a place where you could always find all those, just making up some answers on TikTok. People always have them like, oh, I didn't feel like I could grow in the job space. You can always find them on Pinterest, TikTok, use that excuse. But that is insane to me. That is so insane to me that you will get a better raise from leaving a company, going to a different one, even getting the same positions, sometimes more pay, less work, or you actually get a promotion and start moving up the corporate ladder at a different company. But staying at companies, it's not the same. And so when people are sitting here like, man, I'm about to out some family drama. So my cousin, he doesn't stay at a job site for very long. And by very long, I mean, maybe he has 1-2 years there, and then like he moves to a different place. And I've always understood it, because I know the job market for people who are literally 25 and younger, right? And so I always knew it was because he's getting better pay once he switches jobs, or, he gets different benefits, things that work out for him when he switches. My family, who are mainly Generation X, okay, I have a big family, but it's a big family of a lot of older people, not a lot of younger people. And so these people don't have kids our age who are going through this to understand it. And they will sit there and he can't keep a job, and he can't do this, and he can't do that. Why can't he stay at a job? And I'm like, why are y'all talking down on this man? Please. Like, you don't know what the hell you are talking about. Like, y'all do not know what y'all are talking about. The last time you were job searching was in 1989. It is 2024. Shut up. Genuinely shut up. And I so wholeheartedly mean that. When you are the current economy is just, you can't be loyal to a job. You want a higher pay? And he literally told me this. He was like, Brianna, I am so frustrated with you saying that you're constantly job searching, because even when you have a job, you're going to continuously be job searching. And it's because of the current economy. We're now looking at more gig work as, oh my gosh, what was it? It was a TED Talk, I believe, or maybe another podcast. It might have been a podcast. It might have been The Financial Diet, actually, where they were saying that we are seeing a transition to more and more gig work and freelance work. So Uber drivers, DoorDashers, Favor, what's some other ones? But like even content creators just signing a contract for or doing things based on, when you do it, and not something where they're like, we'll see you at this time, clock in at this time, and like you have a salary, or, you're getting paid hourly. We're seeing more and more gig work, and more people need to do gig work to make ends meet because of the current economy. And that alone is making wages completely drop, because when you're doing gig work, you can kind of price it at anything. And I'm just like, dude, it's too much. It's a lot of. And this current economy, man, it can make me throw up. It's so frustrating. It's so annoying. So I'm going to end this podcast off with advice. And that is, if you just started college, if you are coming out of college, because I see the statistics of the people who listen to this podcast, some of y'all are 18 years old. If you're not going to college, if you are going straight into college, please, don't prove I'm right. Go straight to the Career Center. I'm talking about classes just started yesterday. Go to your Career Center today. Go talk to them and tell them you want to focus on either getting a job right after you graduate, if you're like me and you wanted to wait to get your master's, because I needed to experience, the job field. I needed to just kind of scope things out before going straight and being like, okay, this is the master's degree I want to get. But, figure that out. Go talk to them and say like, hey, how do I make sure I have a job offer once I cross that stage? Or how do I find, a graduate school program? And start talking about when you cross the stage, even if it comes in the next 4 to 8 years. And I'm so bodaciously for real, because the current economy is not in your favor right now, especially for younger people. And it's not just because we had the Oompa Loompa in the White House for 4 years. It started from Reagan economics and boomers. The economy that they have left us is not something for us to thrive in. So start preparing, start learning how to get good with money, start learning how to open Roth IRAs and put money in there for retirement, because current job markets are not doing great with their retirement plans, if they have one at all. Start learning what type of budget will fit your needs. My favorite is the 50-30-20 method. So every paycheck you get, 50% goes to needs, 30% goes to wants, and 20% goes into savings. And so with that savings money, that's what I'm putting into stocks. That's what I'm putting into high yields, high yield interest savings account. And yeah, I think that's what it's called. A high yield savings account, meaning this is a savings account that has an interest rate higher than normal. And so typically I think the interest rate on a savings account, just for any savings account, is like, I want to say it's like 0.01%, but a high yield savings account, the interest rate will be like 4% or 5. And that's really, really good. And that's where you want to keep your money, money that you're not going to touch. So personally, I use it for like an emergency fund. So an emergency fund, I know I'm not touching anytime soon. So I'm going to put it in a high yield savings account. So that way my emergency fund money is building up on itself. So if a push comes to shove, an emergency happens for whatever reason, whatever kind of emergency, not only did I continuously put money aside, but I put money aside that built upon itself. So like, I'm good, I'm prepared. Learn how to put money aside for things that you want to do, like travel or buy really expensive bags. Like, babes, if you want a Birkin, obviously the easiest way to do that is to get a job that makes you Birkin money. But as that is a rare case scenario, put money aside, use that savings, use that 20%. For some other people, they budget it differently. I've also heard currently people prefer a 60-30-10 method. Hey, it's whatever works for you. So learn how to budget. If you need to do the envelope stuffing, if you need to physically touch money for it to be better, like find what works for you. What works for me is not what's going to work for you. Find it. Learn to get good today, because it's going to save you a lot of heartache and pain once you cross that stage. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. That's my little two-step advice. Why'd I call it a two-step advice? I don't know, babe. Stop talking to me. Stop asking me questions. Anyways, I'm gonna skedaddle. Whoa. Don't forget to rate and review my podcast. Follow this podcast on whatever you're listening to it on. Pandora, hey, I still see y'all holding strong. Apple Podcast, I see you coming up. Subscribe. If you're on Spotify, please hit follow. Please, I want to get to 100 followers on Spotify, and I'm currently at 77, and that's so fun to me. But like, guys, we could do better. So let's get to 100 followers on Spotify, please, and thank you. XOXO, Go Piss Girl. All my socials will forever and always be in the show notes. You'll see it right under business email, and then what's below that? I know that. Oh, I always keep 3 links in the show notes. Yeah, one is so it's my social media, then it's my business email, and then it's because I can. This link is for women fighting for freedom. Mwah. I'll always keep those 3 links down there. So, love you, girly pops. I hope you're doing great. And peace out, Girl Scout. Ooh, I have 69 notes if anyone wanted to know. Whoa, whoa, ooh, whoa, whoa, ooh, whoa, 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 yeah.